Welcome back on a Friday. Here we are. We're in the pod cave and we are ready to break down our week.
Pod cave, is that the new name for it?
I like it.
Yeah, no, I went with cave. I think I've listened to a podcast and he has a pod cave and I was like, I can just picture this cave with Batman in there. And
I was thinking you must have been watching some Batman thing before you come into the studio and then you were like, it was on the brain.
well, sorry I called your studio a cave, Pat.
No, it's all good. I like it. It's like
I think it's quite
mysterious.
catchy, the pod cave.
Yeah, it sounds kind of cool, doesn't it?
There's as much tech as Batman's cave here.
Yes, well, yeah. Where's your utility belt? Oh, and he's taking his pants off.
And Robin.
All right, no, we're back on a Friday. We've already had a big week, and we're just ready to talk about it. It's kind of Pat's had an interesting one. Marty's been flat chat, and yeah, I've got the boys back here again. And how are we doing, Marty?
Doing really good, thanks, Aaron. Yeah, and as you said, flat chat for another week. Had an open home out in in my property in Lutana. Another really good turnout for that. You know, over a dozen groups through.
Yep.
Ended up negotiating a contract and getting that sold on Saturday afternoon as well.
You seem pretty good at that. You have your open home, and then afterwards you're feeling pretty good. So must be showing them all right.
Oh, just, I guess as soon as they're showing interest, and it's just a reflection of the market. As soon as they're showing interest, you got to say, well, if you want to buy it, we'd better start filling out some paperwork. Otherwise, someone else is going to, get in before you, and straight away, all right, okay, let's go. So back to the office we go.
Is that like have you been trained in a way of negotiating that, or is that just kind of
no,
the way the market is at the moment?
To the whole strike while the iron's hot, that's type of old thing. It's if someone's showing interest, well, that's the best time to ask them if they want to make an offer.
Yep.
I think experience brings that as well. The more you do this, the more you can see someone's real level of interest, and if you think you can get them to that next stage when chatting to them. So,
yeah, no, I was just thinking, Marty, like you'd be like, I had open home this day, and then I've got the contracts. I'm like, oh,
he's just trying to show off
every week.
He did race out to the pod cave, so he was like, oh, boys, I've got some stuff to talk about.
I did not.
No, so it sounds like you had a successful open home and it kicked off a successful week.
Yeah, well, that did. Yeah, that kicked off another good week. And also don't forget my oldies football, another great win to us down at Sorrel with the Old Cocks on Sunday.
Can you say another great win? Because I think every other time you've mentioned it, it was, boys, we didn't do too well this week.
We're 3-2.
3-2?
Yeah, we're 3-2, so we're going okay.
There you go.
Yep.
almost as good as Essendon's record.
I didn't bring it up this week.
Yeah,
I didn't bring it up.
Pat brought it up.
I've given
and
up.
Speaking of which, we've got half a chance this week. We're against Carlton. Anyway, moving on.
You got a new one in Gage Rook.
Yeah, just put that on Wednesday night. Thanks to Aaron worked his magic on that, and just sent. I've got a verbal agreement on that, and just sent off the paperwork. Virtually, that's why I was late getting to the microphone. Now I just sent that down the line, expecting it back, tonight or tomorrow. And
Cool.
There's another one done.
Because you had multiple offers come through just straight off the bat.
Yeah,
and
I
you've
did. Yes.
Negotiated that to a place that
That's it. Yep.
owner's happy and ready to sign off.
That's right. We had I had 3, and a few other inquiries, but this was the best one.
Yep.
That came through. Yep.
See, this is interesting because in our other podcast, The Property Pod, with John McGregor and Aaron, this week we're actually talking about Hobart's had a bit of a property, not Hobart, Australia's had a bit of a property boom since the election was finished. Would you think that you've had a peak in interest, Marty?
Isn't it funny? But yes, personally, I think so too. But at the same time, as you listeners would have known that, in the recent weeks, I have been going pretty well with my open homes and getting some contracts done, as you have as well. But if you're going to say, the Liberals got back in and and people now have confidence in their future, that does reflect on people.
One of the stats from the report that we talked about on the other pod was, I think appraisals were up 34% in Hobart or in Tasmania?
Tasmania,
yeah. So based on this domain report that we looked into.
Did you know that, Marty?
No, they're up 34%. What, since
the end
May
of
18 or whatever it was?
Yeah, since the election.
Yeah, so
Wow.
Domain put out a report and they actually used Price Finder to figure out how many CMAs had been generated since. And for Tasmania, it was up 34%, Australia 11%.
Wow. Yeah, once again,
And
leading the country.
And I had said you'd been appraising your butt off this week.
Yeah.
Like you were at one that led to another one, and you've just come back from one earlier today. So there's obviously lots of interest out there for people
there
now
is,
the election's done.
You're right, with people that also have the confidence to put their house on the market and get things moving as well. So hopefully I can turn those appraisals into some new listings over the next few days.
Yeah, well, I did 5 appraisals. Oh, no, I did 4 appraisals this week because I gifted one over to you, Marty.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I had other jobs that I needed to get done.
That's the one that turned into 2.
It's just first I hear about it, yeah.
Oh, don't worry, Pat. You'll get your slice.
Well, speaking of other jobs, this might be a good way to pass the handball over to Pat and to talk about the other side of real estate that I didn't even know existed.
Well, I'm not sure how much it exists with some of the other agencies out there, but it does for us. Our agency, we have a pretty straightforward policy that we want to get deals done and we want to help out where we can. I recently had a property in Bridgewater, which was a lovely little old lady who was relocating to the mainland to be back with her family.
Yep.
She actually found it very hard to move. She had friends here help her move, but when she left a lot of rubbish behind. Like a lot of stuff left over, just wasn't capable of actually getting rid of it.
Yep.
And sold the property and actually promised the purchaser that it would be gone. So guess who got to go around with the truck and get rid of it all?
Patrick.
So we most of Wednesday I spent just cleaning out a property ready for settlement to take place this week. So it's not a standard thing that agents do, but at the same time we're here to help in more than just sell homes. And if it means getting the deal done and it's literally a day's worth of labour, I'll just do it.
It's a bit like that whole pay it forward, isn't it? It's just what you do.
Well, I know in the past you've actually helped a tenant move, Marty, haven't you, to get a...
that one there was that, she was moving to a unit in the same complex and I had sold her unit, so I needed to help her move out. Yeah,
you were there with the boxes and getting the stuff out of the place.
I had sweat dripping off me. I was dismantling beds and then assembling them again.
It's really funny because from the outside of the real estate game, you kind of see this perception of these slimy sharks who are just keen to get the deal done and they'll do anything to get it done. But then when you see the flip side of it and the deal's been done, ultimately you're not obliged to do these things. You just have said on your word, I'm happy to.
And look, there's been a lot of agents out there that wouldn't go that extra step or do that stuff. For us, though, we're a small boutique agency. We want good word of mouth. We want people to recommend us.
That's right.
And if I got to get my hands dirty for a day to get someone else to pick up the phone and say, call this guy, he'll go that extra mile, I'll do it every time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was kind of, I know your old man was helping out as well, so you guys had a father-son day of
I'm not
heading back and forward to the tip.
I'm not sure if the Transport Authority would have liked how much we had on the back of the unit times, but hey, we got it to the tip and moved on.
You got the job done, that's the main thing, and no one got hurt in the process.
They were very well stacked, the truckloads were.
And didn't you have to go to 3 separate tips?
Oh, yeah, don't get me started on that. Who knew the Glenorchy tip and the Bridgewater tip were both closed on bloody Wednesday, and so the only one open was Mornington.
Oh, no.
So it's an hour return trip every time with the ute to get rid of the stuff.
I haven't been to the Mornington tip.
I don't want to go again.
Fair enough.
And so post all that, the settlement went through, the vendor was happy.
Yeah, it's been delayed till Monday, but it's happening.
It has been delayed, but...
It's locked in for Monday afternoon.
Yep.
Purchaser's happy. They've inspected the property. They're going to be doing some renovation work there and they're excited to get in and get underway, so that's great.
Yeah, cool.
And it should be a rental at the end of it, so hopefully with it going the extra mile, we might be able to pick it back up as a rental.
Comes back. You've cleared the path for a smooth settlement.
But yeah, on top of that, had a couple of really good appraisals this week. One of them I've been working on, talking to the owner of actually getting a few purchases through over the weekend, I believe. So he's not quite ready to go to market, but he has indicated that he's more than happy to get us through with potential buyers. So look, it might come to a listing. Hopefully we might be able to get some strong interest before it even goes to market. So we're going to work that angle over the next couple of days.
So is that something that I know in a previous pod we talked about the database of buyers? Is that something that will be on the database?
Sure. So that's what he's asked us to go and do is exclusively market to our database and just see if there's anyone out there that might be interested in it.
So that doesn't hit the World Wide Web or it doesn't go into any other marketing stuff until perhaps later he'll go on and if it doesn't.
Look, he's got an idea in mind. If we can achieve it for him, he's happy to sign on the dotted line and move on. If not, he'll look at marketing as a secondary option. So we're just going to see what happens this weekend and go from there.
Yeah, cool.
Also listed a nice block of land out at Pontville as well this week. So signing that up on Monday afternoon, I think. So Yeah.
Regular size or
6,000 square metres, so
nice?
semi-rural size block. Backs onto the Jordan River, so should be a good little block.
Yeah, good spot. Yeah, brilliant.
Yes.
I think Laurie, one of the agents here, he put some land up on Tuesday and he may have a contract on that already.
I believe that's signed off today. Yeah.
It was a nice blocker when I flew the drone over there. It was, it was sharp, beautiful views of the mountain. He said that when he went there to show it, it was just immaculate. The sun was glistening right where it needed to be.
You can get lucky sometimes, can't you?
Yeah.
Just, you know when you rock up and you're like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, please don't be raining. Please don't be foggy.
I must admit, I dragged my heels on that one. I had a bit of a database on the block of land I sold just down the
yours
road.
was just around the corner.
And before I could get in contact with them, it was gone.
Yeah.
It was sold. So
To one of the people that you'd already spoken.
probably. That's okay.
It's all part of the game.
Hey,
Yes,
at the
it
end of the
is.
day, we're a team here at Forward
That's
4. It
exactly
doesn't matter who
right.
sells it as long
Yes.
as it sells. So
That is exactly right.
that's our
Yes.
main goal here.
Yeah, that's it. And if you, there you go. If you're a guy who wants to, see if we can use our database to get a buyer for him before he goes to market, if he was at home today looking out his lounge room window, he would have seen me with my camera taking a photo of his house. I'm onto it.
Well, that's it. We'll see
You're
what
trying
we
to
can
steal
do.
my job, Marty.
Oh, no, I could never do that. It was just a hero shot to send out to the database.
Oh, gotcha. So how does the database work? Are they personalised to yourself or is it team-based or?
Oh, well, I guess, Pat's probably a better place to answer it, but from what I can...
But I'll have my 2 bobs worth in.
Yeah. So yes, we do have each our own database with our clients, and there's a way of tagging yourself in them and that sort of thing. So you own that database. However, you can also go in a bit further and do a mail out to the whole database. With everyone that's on there and it fits their requirements and that sort of thing. You can get a mail out to all of them, but you can certainly on the surface get it straight out to your database.
Yeah, we run what they call a global database. So some agencies do a closed database.
Yep.
So you, Aaron, might be in the database 6 times. If you're talking to me, Marty, Sean, you'll end up with 6
Different
separate files.
Yep.
We're not a fan of that because then potentially when we list a new property, you might get told by 6 agents about the same property.
Yeah,
So
sure.
we run a global database where I know that Mr. and Mrs. Smith belong to Martin because I can see that he was the first point of contact, but my property will still go out to them as part of it. So it's just a way of sort of minimising the double up.
And that's a way of having the people in the database get access to all the property. It's not like a secret property.
Yeah,
that's correct.
The team motto is to kind of
That's
find
it.
the
We
best
work
buyer
together.
for the property, not be this kind of.
Yeah, we have a pretty bit of a sort of mentality in our office that what goes around comes around. You might win one this time around, but the next time it might go Marty's way, it might go Sean's way.
Yep.
Same in listings. So
right.
Well, you got your appraisal, which
I'll pass on to
handballed
Marty.
and
And I know that he'll do the favour back to me one day,
That's right.
won't you?
Yes, Patrick.
No,
yes,
just
of course I will.
joking.
No, well, that's
No.
it. If I get busy and I don't want to disappoint a potential vendor, then I'm just going to handball it straight to you. And
Yeah, so
Well, I think on the podcast last week that we spoke with the property management girls, we discussed the family nature of 414 and how Abby's the mum and I'm the cool uncle. Marty likes that.
What am I? I'm not the creepy uncle. Okay?
no, I was going to go the geriatric
the
grandfather.
dinosaur.
The guy who gets angry at computers.
Yes, that's okay. I'm going to wear that. That is me.
So that photo you took earlier today, has it made it off your phone to the database?
No, because I've been busy negotiating a contract this afternoon and filling in out the front as well. I've been doing my bit. I've been a company guy today.
No, it's good because I've had today off because I've had to look after my daughter today. But beauty of real estate is you are actually able to work anywhere. So I've been doing a lot from home today.
Yeah, I did get a Snapchat from you the other evening where you were listening to some heavy rock music whilst answering some emails, and it seemed quite funny. It was this really kind of, sometimes I'll play music in the office and it'll start off quite nice. It'll be crowded house or something, and then it'll break into something
Head
from.
into-
I think I had like Marilyn Manson or something. going on. It was just
So it's like it's stuff we grew up with that we probably shouldn't listen to anymore, but it's just so
I just had it
enjoyable.
like so loud because the kids had their headphones on. They were watching their iPads, and I was just like, "Stuff it! I'm just going to smash out my emails and just
and do it listening to music you like.
I don't know. I just wanted something to keep me sort of upbeat and get through them quicker, and that came on.
That's fair enough. We've all each to their own. You know?
No, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's just like, oh, yeah.
But that's the beauty of the way our office works. We are fully web-based now. I don't think we have a single bit of software that's actually stored locally. So, like, we can work at home, we can work at the coffee shop, we can basically work anywhere now, which is fantastic.
Yeah, even you were talking to a rep on a Skype call up the other day and they were asking about, oh, can we send this through to print it out? And you're like, oh, we try and be as paperless as possible. And
Yeah, we try to. That's something my property management team's definitely working really hard on. They're trying to minimise the amount of print they do.
Yep.
We now do a lot of digital signings for leases and that's straight on the iPads with the Apple Pencil.
Yep.
We don't tend to print out invoices anymore. We get them emailed through to us as PDFs and then just save them straight to the database. Wherever we can minimise paper, we will.
I think in this day and age, it's so much easier to store everything digitally rather than...
And the beauty of that is like this week we actually hired a overseas worker as well this week. So someone from the Philippines is going to start with our rental team as an admin person.
Yeah.
And that digital aspect's going to really help us because now everything that we have here in Hobart, she's got access to or he's got access to as well in the Philippines. So and it's going to work quite well because they're going to be able to help us maintain a higher level of customer service.
So are they on the same time zone as us? Is that kind of something where they'll have to... I guess Philippines isn't too far away, so it wouldn't be...
I think it must be only about half an hour behind us, I think.
Yeah.
I think they're more in line with Adelaide.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think it's too bad a time difference. Yep. It's a question I didn't actually ask. Probably should have done.
No, I just thought then, like, imagine, you know, you're showing up at 6 p.m. and we're all showing up to have our coffees in the morning.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, no, I've had a full day and now I'm ready to work.
Yeah.
That's quite amazing.
Yeah, so it's just something that we're trialling and we know that there's a lot that goes into property management to make sure that we offer the best service we can.
Yeah.
And this is just a way we're able to, I guess, raise it up another 10% just to really maximise it for our clients and our tenants.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's such a cool idea. I guess a small Tassie, like you say, boutique firm has kind of gone global in a sense.
Yeah, well, we'll see how we go. Hopefully it works.
Yeah. No,
I'm pretty confident though. The team we're working with are fantastic guys. We've had, I think, about 5 Skype sessions with them this week, organising things and getting it set up. And yeah, it's really fantastic now with technology. You can just have face-to-face conversations with people anywhere in the world. It's amazing how it all works.
Maybe we can get our new employee on the podcast someday.
Oh, maybe we can once we've hired one.
Yeah, talk about the how it works over there and the differences of dealing with all the things. I just can't. Oh, that's blown me away. That's really interesting.
Yep, always looking for the next thing that we are. So this is where
you are an early adopter. You do like to jump on things and give them a try.
Well, you got to try something, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's next week, Marty?
I
just threw it to him because he's right into his phone at the moment. I thought that'd be...
He's trying to get the picture off, but he can't.
No.
He's trying to get a sale done, are you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I was actually sort of showing you the message. It was like, have you received that contract in your mail yet? It's like, yes, I'm all over it.
Fantastic, Marty. And
multitasking here.
So you're still just getting these couple of other new listings that you're working on up and running next week, Marty? Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah. Still working on those a few that are lagging a little bit. So I've got to, get back onto them as we all do. You got to keep onto them.
You've got one there in the back of Rosetta that you're working on?
In the back of Rosetta.
Mary's Hope Road.
Got that one that is booked in for photos on Tuesday.
Yeah, I really want a nice day because the views from up there look amazing.
Are awesome.
That big kind of Art Deco front and
full window front of the house.
I want the sun to be flooding in, so
hopefully,
fingers crossed.
Hopefully, well, the weather was on the improve this afternoon, so hopefully it lasts for another few days.
Yeah.
So that'll take up a fair bit of time. And I've got some. Okay, so the other half of getting contracts signed is you've got to get building inspections, open up for building inspections and valuations and things like that. So
bit of that to muck around with this week.
A few of those for the next week.
And you're all caught back up to date, so it's about time some new shoots came through for you.
It is such a good feeling. I've just cleared my desk today. I've cleared off the computer. I feel like a brand new man. So
ready to re-onslaught next week.
I know you guys can have your secret meeting and just be like, all right, we're going to hit us with
what else have we
heaps more drama. But no.
I only know of 2 so far, but it's early days.
No, look, I like to be busy, but yes, the hair did get a lot thinner there for a little while. I was under the pump.
If you have got some free time next week and the weather's really good, I've got another block up in Jacinda Drive that has got amazing views. Yep. So perhaps while the weather's good,
is that a little sneak peek that we didn't know about, Marty?
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where it's like a handshake agreement. She said, "Yeah, Marty, you've got the job," but she's got a little bit of stuff to do before she can, sign off on it.
The 36 subscribers we have, half of them are agents now, and they're now on the list looking for what block of land it is.
Nah, this is, well, it wouldn't be hard. It's the last vacant block. but no, it's
just
pretty
on my
much.
computer. There's been a ping there to Sandra Drive for sale. How interesting.
So if the weather's good next week, perhaps if you've got the time, nip up and do that. So we'll be ready to go when she's eventually ready to sign. She's just got a few things to do before she can sign off, but her intention is to get it on the market.
Yeah, cool. Sounds excellent.
Well, that's about it, I reckon, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I'm very happy with that. It's been a good week and good to catch up, boys.
Yeah, likewise. Yep. What's on the weekend, gentlemen?
Well, you've got footy.
No. It's every 2 weeks because we're old, so we need a week to recover.
Yep.
But we do have football in regards to AFL football, and the Mighty Bombers are
I'm not
playing.
allowed to talk about that anymore.
Slip that one in.
You've already had your 30 seconds of Bomber Talk. It was at the very start of the show. Now, I know it's 20 minutes ago. It might be hard to remember that far back.
No, I have a first birthday party to go to. So,
that's cool.
Someone that we both know, her daughter's turning 1 today. So happy birthday, Izzy.
Yeah, Izzy.
And so it should be fun. First
Time
birthday,
flies.
Fairy themed as well. So
nice.
I'll put on the fairy wings.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you going in costume?
Yeah, can't
Good
wait.
Work. If you need some, some items.
Go up to Janina's. And
Yes, we have that dance shop up there.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Full of cozies.
They get enough money out of me, so they may as well get some out of you too.
I was just going to say I'll invoice them for the ad in the podcast.
Cha-ching.
Speaking of that, since the weekly wrap is our largest following out of all of our podcasts, we should probably just put a shout out for our other one as well.
To the Property Pod.
Yeah.
I'd recommend listening to it. I really enjoyed we actually did a double dose this week.
Oh, well, I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm going to.
You should.
It's good insight to the industry.
Yeah, so that's the Property Pod, and it's now on pretty much every service, I'm pretty sure. I think there's about 12 different streaming services on, the same as this one. So wherever you're listening to this one, you can also listen to the Property Pod.
And you can search it online at thepropertypod.com.au. So
there you go.
worst case scenarios, go straight to that, and boom, you'll hear these sultry tones all over again.
But you won't hear mine. You'll hear John's.
We might get you on one week.
Like John Laws then.
All right.
Yeah, I'd love to come on as a guest, a guest if you wish.
Well, we'll see if you behave, and if you behave well, we might put you on.
Oh, thanks, mister.
All right, let's wrap this
All
up
right,
this
guys.
week,
Thanks for that.
Beautiful.
See ya.
Thanks
Have a
for
good
listening.
one, guys. See you later.
See ya.
414 Real Estate has been operating within the northern suburbs of Hobart since 2006. With their innovative approach to marketing and managing your property, they have all your property needs covered. Find out more by visiting them today at 414.com.au.
Going once, going twice.
Family run business.
Has been operating within the north.
Don't touch the mic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Hee.
Now, I just wanted to ask you a question as the number one fan of the Property Pod. Do you like listening to Dad and Aaron talk in the car?
Yes.
What's your favourite bit when you're listening?
Daddy.
You like Daddy the best?
Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say the other one. Well, I'm going to have to take that iPad off you now, mate, because I thought I'd be your favourite.
No.
Do you sometimes think that John says silly things on the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know John, the curly-haired one?
No.
No, he's the other voice on the podcast.
Okay.
Can you do a shout-out to all of your favourite people? Just say all the people that are your favourites in the world.
Blah, blah.
Nanny, Poppy, Pokemon.
La la la.
La 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 la.
La la la.
Can you say thanks for listening to the Property Pod?
Or can you say, make sure you listen to the property pod this week?
You have to say it.
Say it.
I forgot.
Make sure
You do it.
Ah, that would have been really nice. Next time.